නිවන නම සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම ඒ සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
And Lantra now, Lantra has some pace. He's going to go straight outside, he's going to go all the way.
This is Harry Bandara. Runs around, what a brilliant try.
Draws and passes. Beautifully done. Just going in for the try, and it's a try.
A very good evening to all our viewers joining us on www.thepapare.com for this live telecast of St. Joseph's taking on St. Anthony's here at Havelock Park. We're coming to you live from Havelock Sports Club grounds. Important game here for the Josephians and the Antonians alike, with the Josephians looking like that they will be serious contenders for the title. Antonians, on the other hand, will be looking to put on a better show than what they did last week against Royal College. And joining me in commentary is Dinuk Bhaskaran. Welcome, Dinuk.
Welcome all our viewers on ThePapare.com. Good evening, Mr. Darshana. It's a big game for St. Anthony's, a must-win game for them if they have to stay in the cup competition. So they've travelled down, not much of a break for both teams, Sudarshana, just about 4 days. They have just turned around and turned up here at Havelock Park. Both teams were up in Kandy. Of course, St. Joseph's travelled much earlier than St. Anthony's. St. Anthony's coming down yesterday, so big difference. So let's see how it goes. Perfect conditions for rugby, of course. As usual, Nilufer Ibrahim is very confident of the match.
When it comes to the Josephians, they ended up having a very hard-fought game against Trinity College, but got the desired result. Nilufer Ibrahim would want his team to make sure that they don't have any nervy moments in this affair. Antonians, on the other hand, they will be looking to make sure that they get a big W. Here's the weather for today. 32 is the temperature, but there is a nice slight wind that's blowing across the ground here at Havelock Park, which I sure will be appreciated by all the players who will be playing. It's a humidity factor that's going to come into play, especially for the Antonians.
Yeah, travelling down to Colombo, people talk about travelling up to Kandy and playing in thin air, but travelling down to Colombo and playing in this heat is equal or much harder than that. Of course, the boys from Kandy will not be used to this. I remember once a school team in Kandy, they had a lot of away games, and what they did was they practiced at 1:30, started practice at 1:30 to about 3:34, which made them get used to the conditions or get conditioned much better than if they start practices at 3. So hope the Antonians took a leaf out of that book as well, and let's see how it goes.
And here's the roundup of the concluded week. Kingswoodians took on St. Thomas's in Digana. First time we've witnessed a rugby game in Digana, and The Kinsurians are running away with it, and this Tomian side looks like they are still in the making, a quite young side put on for this league.
It's a very young team for St. Thomas's, and once again traveling up to Kandy. Didn't have a good start in the season here at Havelock Park, going down to the Josephians. And then here's the Trinity versus St. Joseph's game. This is where St. Joseph's nail-biting game up in Pallakali. St. Joseph's managing to beat the kickerless Trinity team. This was the try of the week, one of the best, I would say, in a long time for a schoolboy to score. Vishwarana Raja, look at that. Just pure pace on the Trinity winger scoring the try. Trinity led at 15 points to 10. Some thought that was a good start for the game, but the Josephians hit back very soon in the second.
Oh, absolutely, Josephians are going through their motions, making it looking so easy, and clinching that game 25 points to 32. Petrites took on the Wesleyites. Wesley scored some beautiful tries, jaw-dropping tries, but that wasn't enough to make sure that they get the victory. Petrites bouncing back in the second half, managing to dominate the game in the second half here at Havelock Park, and getting the job done for the alma mater and also for their returning coach, Sanat Madi, who's gone back to Bambalapitiya. That was the score at half-time, 17 points to 19 in favor of the Petrites. But come second half, it was St. Peter's who dominated play. They dominated positions, and they made sure that they kept it close to each other, and winning it 33 points to 17. Dharmaraj College, who travelled down, didn't have a very good game against the Green Machine. Isipatana, who had a very nervy start to this season against DS Senanayake College, almost losing it. If not for that kick which went astray, which broke a lot of Senanayakan hearts, if I'm honest. They made it look very easy in this game, piling up pressure on the Rajans and getting the big W.
Yeah, but what a comeback from Isipatana in the end. They'll be a title contenders for sure. 42 points to 14. That's how that finished. Here's St. Anthony's taking on Royal. I would say the favorites to win back-to-back school titles. Royal College, very well conditioned and a very structured game plan. That's how they play the Royal team.
13-15 at halftime, and when it came to the end of the game, it was 55-13. What a performance in the second half by the Royalists. Like you said, seems like they are an 80-minute team and not a 70-minute team. Here's the team card for the Josephians: Sachin ThePapare, Sonal Damien, Shevon Gregory, Nimesh Kavinda, Ishar Prasad, Shehan Eranda, Vihanga Pereira, Tarindu Alvis, Russian Gunavardhana, Santosh Algama, Imesh Disanayaka, Samish Viranga, Gamanu Chaitya, Shan Akhil, and Dulanjana Piyatis making up the 15. No changes from last week. Pavind Dilshan, John Ganegoda, Johan Akhila, Cheka Jayawardhana, Nehan Pereira, Udisha Pereira, Kavinda Keshan, Johan Anjana, Ashan Fernando, and Aaron Pereira making up the match day 23 for the Josephians. And for the Antonians, Suvesh Virakon, Sashika Vijayawardhana, Matish Amar Singh, Ruan Amar Singh, Jiten Daulagala, Lashan Mahindaratna, Uday Aryapal, Mohammad Shabir, Suhail Wasim, Ashen Premaratna, Dulanjana Dharmasiri, Mohammad Bakarim, Ishar Ali, and again Niranga Ranavira, Kavishka Jayasurya making up the 15. And in the bench, Sachit Viris, Nihan Pereira, Roshan Selvaraj, Tarindur Deshan, Madhav Fernando, Tisaru Ekanaik, and Chamod Vanasingh and Harry Emmanuel making up the 23 for the Antonians. Yes, without two players in that 23, Antonians seem to be suffering with a lot of injuries at the beginning of this season. But here comes the Saints marching into Havelock Sports Club grounds. they will. This is the adapted the home grounds for the Josephians, and they will want to make a statement right here.
Yeah, they will want to, and I'm a bit sad looking at the St. Anthony's team because it's a rich rugby playing school, had a lot of history, but today they've not managed to fill up the 25. That's the squad that they have, only 23. Of course, schoolboys play 25 here in Sri Lanka, and that's a debatable question as well, as both schools will sing their national anthems. We'll be back after that.
Now stand to attention for the singing of the St. Joseph's College anthem.
Both teams done with their school songs. The players will be very much pumped up. Match officials Ajit Kumar officiating the match with Nali Lasanta and Kamil Hajit joining as the assistant referees. Josephians with their customary huddle in the middle. taking a knee. It's going to be important for the Antonians to start strong here, and also to make sure that they have the consistency come in the second half, because we've seen in both the games Josephians have managed to win. It was the second half performance that took them to the win. Yes, first game they dominated, but come the second game, their composure and their stamina was clear to be seen.
Yeah, that's very important. Antonians start well and then defend well after that, because St. Joseph's will, because their structure is so good, they'll keep on coming at you, they'll keep on coming at you, they'll throw the kitchen sink at you. You have to defend, and then finally, if they can hold on to that 70 minutes in defense, they'll be in the upper hand for sure.
Josephian skipper Viranga will be the man in charge of taking the restart. Restarts are going to be a very crucial aspect in the game for both these teams, because Josephians showed their strength. Here you go, Viranga with the kickoff. Good deep kick. Not cleanly collected by the Antonians come off, but managing to give it out to a man to clear. That's a decent kick, getting out of the red zone.
Good start and very good play by St. Anthony's. The reason is that didn't do something fancy, not trying to run the ball inside the 22. Just kick it back, and kick it into touch is very important, because this back three is dangerous.
Get back, 10.
Josephians using their scrum off inside the line, not cleanly collected, but coming away with possession. Gregory now gives it out to Algama, who sends the skipper crashing into for the first touch. Now Algama, long cut-out pass to Pietissa. Pietissa looking for a space. Danger man Pietissa, playing his debut season for St. Joseph's this year. Bandar Naik at that time put in the ball to boot, realizing that they had penalty advantage, and Josephians straight away earning a penalty in a kickable area. Here's the replay.
Yeah, if you see that breakdown, Sudarshana, that call was very quick. Tackle actually rolled away. The ball was in play, but referee going by the rule book, just calling it as a penalty. Lucky for St. Joseph's, not going for 3 points. Very interesting and very confident as well.
Opting to go to the line. They want to ride on the momentum that they have, the Josephians. The line out has been pretty decent as well. Going to number 2, no problem. Setting it up now. Need to control the ball. Sending out wide to Pietissa again. Pietissa looking for options, looking for support. Absolutely no way he could have come across that. Sami Shiviranga decided to take it quickly. Offloads to Algama. Now Bandar Naik opting to go on the short side. Forwards lining up for the Josephians. Dangerous De Silva going into the first tackle. Now Gregory. Josephian forwards are big made, so Antonians will have to make sure that they get the tackles good. That's not a very good pass.
Good continuity there. Once that pass went off, St. Joseph's College didn't have control. They are trying to play a bit too much rugby, need to keep it simple. That's where they won the game against Trinity last week. Was very direct in their play, was built up faces. And one try, that the comeback try against Trinity was almost about 10 to 12 faces, moving the ball from end to end, and in the end coming away victorious. Here's an opportunity now for St. Anthony's to get out of jail. Kick hits the side of the boot outside the 22. The play comes in. Anthony's in size looks big, big Sudarshana. One-on-one, they can match. If they can play the 70 minutes, it will be a good hard game of rugby.
Oh, absolutely. What they need to do is,
Line, get
Antonians,
back,
they
get
need to
back.
make sure that they play
Get 10.
majority of the rugby in the opposition half. And also they need to make sure that they dominate possession. That's going to be important because
Get back 10.
Josephians, the longer they have possession, they will get a lot of confidence out of it.
You can't move it. Number 7.
Number 7 penalized that time by a
Number
referee.
7.
Leaving the line out, says the referee. So Antonians getting the first chance of getting out of their own half. Makarim will be the man trusted with the boot. That's a very good kick. That's a very good kick by Makarim. His forwards will be thanking him. Carrying the ball forward almost close to the 22 meters. Here's a chance for the Antonian Eagles
Center mark here.
to try and get their first strike.
Get back 10 wide.
Perfect opportunity just outside the 22 for St. Anthony's.
Okay.
Sakita needs to get this right, goes to Sabir. Now it comes out for the backs of St. Anthony's. Try to hit run. Step off one, and it's clear for St. Anthony's, and the first strike for St. Anthony's College. Mohammed Makarim scoring that try. He put the ball into touch, and in the end touching it down as well.
Great stuff by the Antonians. They pulled it off very well. Referees are not very happy about some things that has been left behind in the in-goal area, wanting it to be removed. And here's the replay. Cut out path and right through the gate. Beautiful stuff by Makarim. And Piatis servers found wrong-footed there. Tirushekhar Naika to take the conversion for the Antonians.
Okay, sir.
No problem. Antonians adding in, not being able to add in the 2 points. 5 points to nil. First points on the board for the Eagles. That's a very good start. Dinuk, they just went into the opposition half and comes back with 5 points.
Yeah, great. And if you see the way that move panned out off that line out, lovely ball, nice decoy running by the outside center. And the second 5 just ran a beautiful line. Mohammed Makarim straight into the gap. Piatis caught napping off that big right foot bang. He went around the fullback to score that try for St. Anthony's. Great start. And they need to continue this. And what St. Joseph's will be worried about is the big boot of Mohammed Makarim. He gained almost 50 to 60 meters on the other side. On the fly, the kick went out of that penalty, and he got the try as well. Here's the kickoff.
That's a very good kickoff by the Josephians. Antonians undecided. This is what they cannot afford with this Josephian side.
Get back, Gomez.
Yes, they've scored a try. They need to make sure that to have their concentration. Here comes Shetia. Gives it to Piatis. Piatis looking to charge.
Leon.
But is finally stopped by the Antonians, who managed to turn the ball over. And that will go into the touch line.
Yeah, bro. Number 12.
And Josephians coming away with the ball.
Kami, Islaman. Islaman, brother. Please, get the mark.
Very interesting. Which hand
Mark here.
was the last touch before the ball went out?
Mark here. Mark here. Get back. Get back, 10, right, get back, 10. Get 10. Okay.
Opting to go to the third pod and right
Okay.
on the money
Let's go,
there by
let's
the
go.
hooker. But not so good
Come
work
on,
by
come on.
Vihanga Pereira, who was charging on to that ball, didn't manage to hold on to it.
Mark here.
All good work done by the hooker and the jump undone by the flanker. So Antonians yet again getting a chance to get out of jail.
Card polling, okay.
Mohammad Shabir has become the standing skipper for this game for the Antonians, with their regular skipper Amar Singh not playing today.
Bind. Set. Okay. Stay.
Great opportunity for Antonians to run this out on the blind side. Here's Shabir, who bumps off one, needs to run direct and give the ball away. Shabir, very strong player.
No hands.
Spotted there was one at the back. Now St. Anthony's
No hands.
going into contact. Here's an opportunity now, trying to give this out. Nice loop around, but straight into tackle of Samir Viranga.
Get back.
Opportunity for St. Anthony's.
Okay, no,
Men on the outside need to get this quick. Makarim push the chip behind. There's no one at the back. Lovely pickup by the center for St. Anthony's. Inside ball to Makarim. Does he have the pace to go all the way? Run sideways, offloading it. St. Anthony's looking dangerous. Inside the 22 they go. Here's an opportunity now for St. Anthony's. A lovely cutout pass. No one in front of him. And that will be the second try going back.
What a brilliant
cover tackle.
defense. What brilliant cover defense there. For all money's worth, including Dinuk Bhaskaran, thought that was a sure try. But it was not to be, because the man arriving there, Gamanu Chethi, had other ideas. Take a look at this one.
Get back.
Nobody in front of him.
Please play
But
up.
what a brilliant cover tackle. Takes him off feet.
For a
And
moment,
Okay.
Darshana Gamanu
Good
Chethi
back.
thought that
Get back.
that it was all that was a try for all money, but in the end he realized that
Get
the
back,
number
get back, get
14 for St. Anthony's
Wait.
was not that quick.
Mark
Ranavira, Niranga Ranavira, he sized him up, used the touchline and just pushed him out. Here's another opportunity for St. Anthony's now.
Second chance now
On
for
the
the
line, bro.
Antonians. Is absolutely
On the
necessary
line.
that they make good use of it. 10 points in early is going to be very competitive. The
Head down,
Antonians
head
losing out at the back.
First knock on. Scum down. Two
Yet
balls.
again, gifting valuable possession. A lot of the Josephian fans quite shocked at the way things have panned out so far in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Antonians, remember, can unsettle the opposition
Okay.
and take the game to them.
Coach.
They have the ability. It's not
Bind.
only the fact that they
Set.
need to click at the
It's
right
there.
time.
Get back. 5 minutes. Get back. No 10. Scum down.
Referee will want the scrum to be reset. This picture's coming to you live on www.ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub and undisputed leader when it comes to rugby. Anything that is rugby, you know where to
Coach.
find all you need.
Bye.
www.ThePapare.com/rugby.
Today. Okay. Flanker, bind.
Now Joseph is trying to get out of jail. Under pressure, always breaks from the back.
No hands. Advantage.
Antony is trying to pounce on that ball, but had to release the man before they could have a go at the ball. 50-50 call maybe, but benefit of the doubt given to Alvis. Algama now with the responsibility of putting Josephians out of jail. And that's a big mistake. Here's Ranavira trying to make up for his mistake of not being able to score that try. Josephians trying to pounce on that ball, but comes away for the Antonians. Numbers on the outside, should have sent it through hands without closing the gap for him. Antonians still with possession. Like we mentioned, they're doing things right, playing most of the rugby on the opposition half. And that time around, referee in the thick of things.
He'll want to look at his positioning on the video. St. Anthony's nursing a player in the meantime, the number 7, the flanker.
Set එක ගැලවිලා.
So Josephine's all watching. There'll be the match, the one-day encounter, the 44th one-day encounter between St. Joseph's and St. Peter's, coming to you live on ThePapare.com. That's tomorrow, the 24th.
Going to be very interesting for the Josephians, and unfortunate scenes for the Antonians. Lashan Mahindaratne, the flanker, leaving with an injury, leaving the field with an injury in these opening minutes of the game. So the Antonians will have to work very hard in order to make sure that they manage the team well. Udara Aliyapala coming in place of Mahindaratne.
Wait. Hurry up, Biden.
Here's another opportunity for the Antonians. They are in the correct side of the field.
Crouch.
They have the momentum on their side.
Set.
Josephians, on the other hand, they haven't held on to possession as much as they would have liked to, because with possession, Josephians are a very dangerous team.
Wait.
Good scrum. Referee says
Inside ball.
referee wants a reset.
It
It did not will in my eyes. So interesting call there by the referee.
Right, Biden. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yesterday.
Shabir with the pick. Now the Antonians. That's not a very good pass by Makarim. Pietis managing to get a hand at it. That will be a high tackle. Referee will have a word with the player. I hope it's not serious enough for a card, but referee first wants to have a word with Viranga. Not happy with the Josephian players trying to do the refereeing themselves. Viranga taking over the kicking responsibilities from Algama. So Algama's first miss has costed him territorial kicking.
Drop. Puta. Wah me. Right. Drop. Wah me ideng atul Eli in the back. Pahing atul dan. Right. Come look it. Get back, get back.
Josephians still inside their own half.
Get back, 10.
What Josephians need to do is they need to make sure that they build on faces, but Antony and Jump are doing very well and managing to rip the ball out from the Josephian number 2. Great stuff by the Antony's jumper that time and turning that over. Here comes the Antonians again. Like we said, holding on to position has been the real problem for the Josephians. Makarim with a long cutout pass to no man. Now Josephians on the counter. They are very, very dangerous. Viranga.
No hands, get back. All get back.
Gives it out to Shehan
Neranda.
Setting it up. Russian Bandar Naik gives it to the big forwards, but a big tackle coming in from the Antonian defense. Russian now to Algama. Gives it to Pietis. Show and go. One man to beat. Can he go all the way? Very good flanking by the last line of defense for the Antonians. And here's what we've spoken. Not holding on to possession. Antonians now on the counter. They sense an opportunity. Scrum off, putting the ball to boot. Trying to do a lot of things before he catches the ball. For some reason, I feel like the Josephians are a little out of sorts today. They haven't looked like the same team that we witnessed in the first 2 weeks of the Singer Schools Rugby League.
Yeah, even up in Pallakali, they took time to settle in, and that's one point Josephians will try to improve. The first 20 minutes, they are vulnerable. The best teams start well, finish well before the half, start well again in the second, and then finish off
Get 5 minutes,
in
okay?
the last 10 minutes.
Come
That's what the
here.
best teams do.
Why, straight ball
Here,
done,
St.
eh?
Joseph's are finding
Second one done,
themselves a bit
Okay.
too hard
Crouch.
to start off well, and
Bind.
that's where good teams will put points against you, and it'll
Clear.
be very hard to recover from them. St. Anthony's luckily only 5 on the board against St. Joseph's.
Ball out.
Shabir under pressure, makes a good collection and goes in, but Taridu always right on top of him.
Okay, get back.
Antonian forwards did very well to support their number 8 that time. And that's a prop forward breaking away for the Antonians. Matish Amarasinghe.
Okay, get back.
Great stuff shown here by the Antonians.
First knock on. Red.
That sure did look like it was a knockback.
Blue ball.
So unfortunate for the Antonians, but Josephians getting another life.
Very unfortunate.
Hurry up, bind in.
Couple of calls going against the lads from Kandy.
Flanker must bind, okay? Flanker. Wait.
Referee stopping the clock with the player being injured, wanting some assistance. Here's the replay. The Antonian player going into contact. What a brilliant run by Amarasinghe that time.
Hurry up, okay? Right, bind in. Get back 5 meters. Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yesterday. Get back, get back.
Josephians still in their own half. Now playing advantage. This is where the Josephians are very dangerous. Pietissa gives it out to now Shahan Akila. Akila has plenty pace. Running in support towards the man who scored. Gamunu Chetia scored so many tries for the school in Dali Road. Touches down underneath the post, and just like that, all the pressure the Antonians have been piling on the St. Joseph's are quickly wiped away.
Yeah, that's the quality of St. Joseph's, isn't it? They can run from anywhere in this field, and that shows how capable of them inside the 22 off that scrum. And couple of quick passes, saw them the pace, and lovely draw and pass. That's where most teams, most wingers go against, trying to cut back in, go into contact. Lovely support line by Gamunu Chethi, and a beautiful inside pass to score that try. That's classical stuff, classic rugby from this Josephian team. Very nice to watch.
Absolutely, Dinuk, I'm totally with you. When it comes to the Josephians, they are very aware of the support players running in, and the support players doing very well to spot the gap and charge on to that particular gap. And the players being eager to offload as well. Easy 2 points added, so Josephians get on to the lead, 7 points to 5. Here's a replay. Taridu Alves gives it out to Rashain. Pietissa to Shahan Akila, and take a look at Gamunu Chethi in pursuit, in support. Beautiful running line and the pace to finish right underneath the post. No problem for St. Joseph's.
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? How he passed the ball and stayed in support. That's something the coach will love to see over and over again. Pass the ball, stay in support. He would have screamed that 1,000 times during practice. And that 5 points in the end coming good.
19 minutes on our clock, and Josephians are finally managing to get on the board. Pietissa again trying to run from their own 22. Josephians, Alves. One-handed pass, putting the winger in space. And referee says that's a forward pass. In this part of the world, the flat passes, most times they're not being called forward passes. Because remember, he passed it with one hand, and it surely did look like, take a look at this.
Mark here.
Always. Oh, it's very unfortunate that it was called the forward pass. Good work done by the number 8.
Get back 5
Yeah,
minutes.
lovely
Get
skill there, one-handed pass.
back. Right, Biden.
If it goes, the ball leaves the hand backwards or
Bind.
straight off the hand. That's not a forward pass. But the referee was quite clear there on that occasion. Here's St. Anthony's now, an opportunity for them. Coming off wide for Ashin, Premaratna.
Is it ball?
Into contact goes Mohammed
Up.
Makarim.
Ball. Blue ball.
Would love to see a replay of that. Not quite clear if it was a clear maul.
Flanker. Early break in the bar. Okay. Yeah, flanker to toe. Right, Biden. Pura ball in the.
Here's that replay once again. One knee on the ground of that center there, St. Anthony's. Lienage
Bind.
putting the one knee on the ground, but
Today. Get
referee
back.
calling it a maul. Here's St. Joseph's now, an opportunity for them. Coming off the wrong side, changing directions. Running into contact and in support is Samisha Viranga.
No hands. Get back.
Taking the ball is Algama now, Santush Almagama.
No hands.
Good tackle.
No hands.
Vihanga Pereira taking the ball into contact.
Advantage.
Gunawardana, advantage for St. Joseph's. Penalty.
Line, move us. Outside all. Behind the last foot, please. Behind the last foot. Not center. Mark here. Just come down. Blue ball. This is the guy.
Updates, photos, reports, and all Facebook Live on ThePapare. Coming to you all a kids section on our ThePapare platform.
Right,
So
Biden.
follow us for
Crouch.
the under
Bind.
16 games
Set.
and the junior
Stay.
games. Updates, all updates
go.
coming to you on the
Okay.
ThePapare. Here's Russian Gunawardana. Tarindu Dialvi speaking back at the scrum. Here's Gunawardana giving it back out to Santush Algama, taking the ball into contact, twisting and turning.
No hands. Get back.
Gunawardana now stepping, running off on a lovely inside ball to Vihanga Pereira.
Oh, get back.
Quick pick and drive through by Tarindu Dialvis.
Get back, no hands,
Inches
no hands.
close to the try line now. Referee playing advantage. Penalty coming up. Ruck form, says the referee.
You can't go in touch. Get back. Mark here. Get back.
Very interesting call. Referee says that you can't go into that. Was the ruck form? Did the supporting player arrive? Was there clear daylight for the St. Anthony's
Ball,
player
get
to
back,
go
behind
in?
the line. Behind the line, get back. Okay.
Samisha Viranga taking it quickly
Yes.
and pushing it back. And that's the try for St. Joseph's, the second of the game. And the second in the first half, back-to-back tries for St. Joseph's. Siobhan Gregory, the prop forward, scoring that try for St. Joseph's. Good call by Samisha Viranga, the skipper. Quick tap taken. And couple of passes off to Siobhan Gregory, who scores the try for St. Joseph's. So, the Josephians are back. Santush Algama now, opportunity for him. Here's the replay once again. Too strong from that 5-meter mark.
Get back behind the line. Get back, Paul. Get back. Don't touch it. Yes. Number 14. Number 14. Ball here. Number 11. Puta, kone ekena pura pas, kone dia pas dah, okay? Kone dia pas dah, Put the second. Okay, kone make it. Yeah, pass down. Okay, get back. Get back. Hidden pass. Advantage, blood.
Opportunity for St. Anthony's now after restart. The kick is put behind, the chase is on, and that's a try for St. Anthony's. What a comeback. Off the knock on, put the kick behind, and what a chase there by the replacement flanker. Pinned his ears back, went through that Udar Aryapala, scored in that try for St. Anthony's. What a comeback.
Just brilliant stuff by the Antonians. Keeping their hopes alive for this game. Yes, the Josephians
Okay, hold on.
scored two very easy looking tries. But Udar Aryapala keeping the Antonian hopes alive and wanting to make sure that they're still in the game. Makarim, the man, will be entrusted with the conversion.
Right.
He can cut the deficit to 2 points if he can get this one through the post. But the Antonians looking good in patches. If they can get the continuity, then we will have a real game at our hands.
Yeah, we will. It's a closely contested league so far, isn't it? Except for a couple of teams. Here's Mohammad Makarim. Very different kicking stance. But a good technique. Kicks it well. In between the post it goes.
2 more points added. Very well done by Makarim that time. The first try scorer for Antonians in this game. And he has cut down the deficit to 2 points. So the early dominance in the game for the Antonians, paying good set in the 9 minutes of the second half.
Number 14.
Josephians, though they managed to get those 2 tries, they are not the same team that we witnessed last week in Kandy. They are still unsettled.
Yeah, very scrappy. Last week also was the same. Now Anthony is trying to be a bit more cute, trying to run from their own 22. This is where they might go wrong.
They built up a lot of confidence. Antonians, here comes Shabir through the middle. Offloads to Aryapala, and the referee dreams that's a forward pass, and it did look like it was traveling forward to the naked eye. Antonians with a lot of confidence now. They believe that they can punch holes in the Josephian defense. They're trying to be expansive, trying to send the ball around and trying to look for those holes.
Yeah, this St. Joseph's team is not that great in
Get
defense.
back, 5 minutes,
There are a
get
lot
back.
of holes that can be scored
Right, okay, bind it.
because the last week both teams scored off tries
Okay.
because
Go.
of scrappy defense that St. Joseph's
Bind.
leak
Set.
a lot of points.
Don't push.
They need to tighten that up
Get back.
at the back. Now here's Viranga putting the kick behind. There is no one at the back. Here's a great opportunity for St. Joseph's. The bounce is good. Yes, it is to Viranga.
That's it.
And he pushes off one, pushes off two, and scores another for St. Joseph's. So both teams need to look at their defense.
What a brilliant individual try for the skipper. Putting in the kick, charging towards that ball. And they say fortune favors the brave. And this time around, Viranga
Mark here, number 10.
in pursuit. Lucky bounce. Here's another look at it. Right-footed kick into space. And the bounce was right to the hands of Viranga, who pushes off one man. Could have offloaded, but wanted to go into the try himself. No fault, though. Brilliant stuff by the Josephian skipper.
Get back behind
19 points to 12 now, with the conversion to come. Algama with the conversion. Difficult one, the most difficult one out of the lot so far. Interestingly, Dinuk, we've witnessed 3 tries from St. Joseph's and 2 from... oh, that's a very good strike.
No.
Slightly goes away from the right upright, but we've already witnessed 5 tries, 3 from the Josephians and 2 from Antonians. And if it goes at this rate, we are in for quite a treat here at the Havelock Park.
Yeah, both teams looking good in attack, not that good in defense. So just want to comment there. The Antonian right wing, Tirusha Ekanayaka, chased that charge, that kick down of the place kick, and was almost touched it down, and I was just wondering if it hit his hand to go off that right post. If so, very good work done. 2 points game for St. Joseph's.
30 minutes on our clock, and to all of you joining us on www.thepapare.com from all over the world, very warm welcome. And Singer Schools Rugby League 2018 is in full swing, and this week we are bringing you 6 games live and exclusively on www.thepapare.com. We are covering all the fixtures this week. That's a short kick in a very good space. Good thinking by the Antonian kicker that time, recognizing the space on offer.
Center mark here. 1 meter gap.
Yes, we are bringing 6 games to all our fans around the world. Yes, and we do understand some of you haven't been very happy at the fact that we haven't been able to cover your school in the opening 2 weeks. But here are the Antonians on the charge again. Back of the hand pass, right to the hand of the winger, who needs support desperately. And the pass from the scrum off is not collected cleanly, and Josephians will be breathing a big sigh of relief, because the Antonians, when they are on attack, they do look threatening.
Mark here. Hurry up, bind in. Right, bind in. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yesterday. Get back.
We got to admit that it's been a little bit of a scrappy game from both teams.
Okay.
No continuity. Now here's when Josephians are really dangerous. They are looking to run from their own 22. Russian giving it out to his prop forward. Held up momentarily before he gets his knee on the ground. Algama now kicking it deep. Kavishka Jayasurya for Anthony's collects it inside the 22 and puts the ball to touch. That's a very good kick, having had to trail back to collect that ball.
Yeah, and the other thing, Sudarshana, there is, it was a very good option because he had the opportunity to run back. He had a couple of players running back who had to turn and come back in support, but however, went for the right option, putting the ball into touch. Good playing by St. Anthony's. This is what I like from the St. Anthony's team. Very sensible rugby. Here's an opportunity now. A lovely pass at the back of the hand for St. Anthony's. Stepping off one, pushing off another.
That's a very good run by the Antonian flanker. Need to secure the ball. It's not a very good pass by the scrum half, but Antonian still managing to hold on to possession. They will be very happy to go into half-time with another try under their belt, the Antonians. Now numbers on the outside. They need to quickly send it out. Antonian hookers straightening it up. Vijayvardhana. Now offload. Meters short, just a couple of meters to go. Going towards the try line is Shabir, and he will touch down. But the assistant referee putting his flag up.
You okay? Number 13.
Assistant referee was right on the money, but he put his flag up only after the player kept the try. So interesting call there. He was right on top of it. Did see what happened exactly. Mohammad Shabir, the stand-in keeper, Here's a replay with Javadan straightening things up. Should have looked for support. But arriving was Niranga. Cuts back in. Stopped into shot. And here's, oh, Shabir seems like he got his foot onto the touchline. Very close.
Mark here. Not 5 minutes traveling.
Antonians are
Mark here.
undoing all the good work and
Oh, tap.
gifting a penalty to the Josephians, who decide that enough is enough for the first half. 19 points to 12 will be the halftime score. And so far, the Antonians will be quite happy with the performance that they put in, except for the fact that they've given away three tries to the Josephians, which has come in very easy for the Josephians, to be honest. But as for the Josephians, they will be focusing on their defensive lapses and also the fact that they haven't been able to hold on to possession.
Yeah, that's what will worry Coach Niloufar Ibrahim. All those 3 tries came in the lucky rub of the ball for the Josephians. On the other hand, St. Anthony's looking very structured, nice offloads. If they click, they're looking good. St. Anthony's, Niloufar Ibrahim will have his work cut out. He will exactly bark instructions what he wants in this half here. And then we'll make this clear. Here's the halftime score. St. Joseph's College leading 19 points to 12 against St. Anthony's College here at the Havelock Sports Club. And that'll be the end of the first half action. Stay tuned with ThePapare.com. We'll see you around after the break.
And Lantra now. Lantra has some pace. He's going to go straight outside. He's going to go all the way.
This is Harry Bandara. Runs around. What a brilliant try.
Draws and passes. Beautifully done. Joseph's going in for the try, and it's a try.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
energetic and daring. Some see the world in vibrant shades. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
We don't make this stuff up here. You're watching the best researched in-depth analysis on schools rugby 2018. You're on ThePapare.com. Welcome to the breakdown.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුමදන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance. Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුමදන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන
Captain, hurry up.
Welcome back.
දැන් මම මුලින් කිව්ව අමතක කරලා තියෙනවා.
19 points to 12. St. Joseph's leading.
ගන්න බෑ. right. මම ඩිසිෂන් no වා හිටියට බෝලේ දාලා අවුට් එකට ගන්න අපෙන් බෑ පුතා. බෝලේ අවුට් වෙන ස්ටම්ප් එකේ. තේරෙනවද? එල්ල නොවෙන්නේ ඊළඟ සිග්නල් එකක් කියන්නේ මම 5 බෝලේ අවුට් වෙන පස්සේ කතා කරනවා නැත්නම් ඒ පස්සේ නම් බෝලේ අවුට් වෙන පස්සේ එන්න බෑ. right. okay. right okay. good. හරි ලයිස්මන් බලනවා. ඒක තියාගෙන
Referee giving instructions.
okay. clear. right thanks. okay. Captain ready?
On St. Anthony's College.
Captain ready blue. Blue captain. okay. පුතා වයි දෙන පස්සා පුතා. Dia pass sudah.
For joining us
Okay.
now on the second half, a warm welcome to Havelock Park. Oh, that's a dangerous pass by Russian, and what a hit by the Antonian defender charging on, and they managed to turn the ball over. Strong start to the second half by the Antonians. They built a lot of confidence. They need to make sure that they have their composure intact and try and manipulate and cut the 7-point deficit.
Okay, Rohan. Get back.
Here's Makarim, very dangerous player with ball in hand.
Advantage, country.
Antonians have numbers on the outside. Again, a very good cover tackle coming in by Chetia. Second time he saved the tackle, but Antonians will receive penalty advantage. Quickly taken by Ashen Premaratna, but not in the correct mark, says the referee. Vijayvardhan taking the ball forward for the Antonians. Now, a few meters away. Premaratna running with the ball. Antonians now, slowly but surely, going towards the Josephian try line. Inches away now. Josephians under pressure. Change of direction. Almost at the try line. Good defense by the Josephians to keep Antonians at bay. That time it did look like his foot was out on the touch line, but the linesman deciding that he was safe there. Antonians still with the opportunity.
Get back, get back.
Inching through. Here the scrum of Wasim to Premaratna. Should have given it out. Wanted to keep it close to him.
Okay.
Wasim. To Lianage. Lianage will be stopped by the Josephians. In antonian position there, Lianage. Right underneath the post is Makarim, but another good tackle coming in. The Antonians need to be wise. Remember that cushion is considered the try line, so if they can, spinning it out wide, and that will be a try for Aryapala. Replacement flanker getting his second. Brilliant start to the second half by the Antonians. 17 points to 19 with the conversion to come. Antonians couldn't have asked for a better start in the second half.
Yeah, what a second half start. That tackle by the center there, Lianage, hit up straight up on the face, turned over ball. From there on, St. Anthony's never came outside the 22. They build up faces after faces, use their forwards, pick and drives, trying to use Makarim in the center to hit hard. And then in the end, lovely hands going off for that try for St. Anthony's. So St. Anthony is doing very well. If they can keep up this momentum, if they can put these hard, strong tackles on the Josephians, time will tell. St. Anthony's could come on top of this.
Makarim now with the opportunity to equalize and make sure that his team starts off with in the same footing as the Josephians.
No.
Struck well, but the direction wasn't there. So the score will remain at 17 points to 19. But what a great start by the Antonians. They will want to continue this. And as for the Josephians, they will be taking a very good hard look at their defensive effort. And also when it comes to holding on to possession, because Antonians are now showing that they have the line speed as well to challenge the Josephians when it comes to the defense.
Yeah, that's what is needed. Put those hard tackles up front early on. Here's Viranga going flat, could bundle into in goal, and an opportunity for St. Anthony's now to come for a center scrum. What a start. Great opportunity for St. Anthony's now. the field opened up, center scrum. Brilliant opportunity.
Just come here.
Not ideal for the Josephines, is it? Skipper kicking the ball over, cooking that kick.
23, number 2. We off.
Center scrum for the Antonians
23,
and
off.
the standing skipper for the Eagles, Shabir, who's at the back of that scrum.
Right, bandit.
Wearing the number 8 jersey. He's a very, very strong ball carrier as well. If we can link up with the rest of them,
Out.
Antonians will fancy the chances for the bonus point try.
Flank a bind. Okay.
Opting to go on the right side. Small kick put by Makarim.
Okay, no hands.
Josephines managing to get hold of it.
Line, get back.
Like we've spoken
No
so
hands. Get back.
far, Josephines are not building up phases. Here they are, trying to work through the short side and loses possession.
Wait.
The most I've seen Josephines build phases this game is 4 phases.
First knockout.
So that's been a real problem. We know that they have the capability of finishing it when opportunity presents itself. But to be a really, really good team, then you need to make sure that you have that composure to build 6 to 7 phases and wait for that opportunity to present itself.
Yeah, that's right. That's what Royal does so good in this season. Here's an opportunity for St. Anthony's. A lovely line out right at the back. Here's an opportunity now, trying to step and run through. St. Anthony's College.
Get back.
Makarim once again putting the chip behind. The chase is on. This is where St. Anthony's to get the work cut out. Here's Peterson now, steps off the right foot. One more to go. Throwing that magic pass. This is the second time they have done that in the second half. St. Joseph's.
Great commitment there by the arrival numbers for the Josephines.
You can't touch the ball, Buddha.
Clearing that rock, putting pressure on the Antonian prop forward.
Get back, 10.
Savish Virakon, who went down with that ball. But what a run by Pieti. So this is what the Antonians need to be mindful of. Josephines do have a very, very dangerous fullback at the back of that line. If you're going to kick to him, make sure that you have your defense charging up to him, not give him any space to run. Because if you do, he knows to break tackles, he knows to pick the gap, and he definitely has the pace to finish things off. Piatis.
Put a straight line, please. Get back, 10.
Here's an opportunity for St. Joseph's now. Setting up a maul.
Okay, 1.
Holding at the back, still pushing forward.
Get back. No, get back.
Ball to ground now. Here's an opportunity. Algama giving it out wide.
Tackle
Going
this,
into
no
tackle.
hands. Advantage, first tackle this. First tackle release.
Mohamed Makarim there. Very unfortunate for St. Anthony's. The tackler, he was the arriving player. Here's Viranga now capitalizing on that, taking it quickly. There'll be another penalty. Referee.
Number 12, captain.
This time we'll have a word with Makarim. He was very
Buddha. Get back, 10. Okay.
disappointed by that call.
Last warning. Get back, 10.
Last warning, says the referee, but he was right on top of that ball, isn't it, to win that. He was the arriving player. There was clear daylight. Here's Viranga now. Gives it at the back to Tarindu Dialvis.
No hands, roll away. Roll away, roll away. Roll away.
Needs to
St.
do
Anthony's.
better to roll away. Josephines now inches away from the try line. Gregory looking for his second. Held up. Again, that time Gregory's foot was on the ground, so the tacklers should have released him. But being carried inside the goal. Moving forward, says the referee, so Josephines will come away with the scrum. be very dangerous here, the Josephians, with the Antonian 8 involved in the scrum, not being able to mark their men outside. Antonians need to look to put pressure on this Josephian scrum. Good scrum for St. Joseph's. Alves going towards the line. Very good tackle coming in from Mario Pala, who's been a standout player since his inclusion into... and that will be the 4th try, bonus point try for St. Joseph's. John Ganego, the try scorer, who's come in as a replacement.
Number 13. Buddha, number 13, last one, Buddha. You must go 5 back. Okay. It's the offside. Okay.
1 try each for both teams in the second half. But it's still wide open for both teams.
Yeah, here's the scrum. Very good carry by Tarundri Alves. I just thought he would have given that ball into Russian Gunavardhana. There would have been Gamunu Chetia's try in that case. But couple of pick and drives. There's clearly no one in front, inside of that ruck for St. Anthony's to defend. Santu Shalgama will try to kick this and take the game away from St. Anthony's, but doesn't, so there'll be just 5 points all in the second half. Still that 7-point lead for St. Joseph's.
Number 5.
24 points to 17 is the score with the Antonians.
Okay, good.
Restarting, good high restart. Play under pressure. Great stuff by the Antonians, putting the receiver under pressure, and the referee deems that there is a knock forward.
Just come down. Inside ball.
Great opportunity for the Antonians here to reply. Inside, almost at the 22 of the Josephian charge. Very close to that red zone.
Okay. Coach! Bind! Set! Mr. A! Up.
Referee that time not happy with the scrum.
Okay, right bind it. Line, get back 5 meters. Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Suhail was in with the put in.
Back up, bind. Back up, bind.
Not cleanly hooked, but the ball available at the back. Shabir. Forward passes the referee.
Come down. Blue ball.
Will be for interesting viewing the replay. Here's the replay. Shabir. Oh, it did look like it traveled slightly to the front, but 50-50, I'd say.
37th one-day encounter. Trinity College taking on the Antonians, coming to you live on ThePapare.com from the St. Anthony's College grounds. That will be played tomorrow. Trinity winning the big match and will be playing up against St. Anthony's. A very formidable attack.
Correction there. They're not Trinity winning the first innings of the big match. I personally thought it was the rain that won the big match. Who, with the rain dominating almost close to 3 sessions of play.
Russian Gunavardhana taken out. Udisha Pereira brought in for St. Joseph's College.
Gunavardhana had a fairly decent game. Alves, referee playing advantage to St. Joseph's.
Number 6.
Number 6 not bound, says the referee. So Josephians coming away with the penalty.
Number 6.
I thought that's very unfortunate, Sudarshana. If we can get a replay of that, it'll be clearly the ball was out when the number 6 came off that.
Viranga with the kick to touch, and that's a very, very good kick. Earning close to 40 meters there.
Center mark here.
Here's the replay. This is what Dinik was talking about.
14.
Yes, the number 6 was already out. Just his palm is not going to work. You got to have your whole arm bound to
Line, get back,
bound to your second row. Referee right on the money that time. He disengaged and again tried coming back in. That doesn't work.
Okay.
Oh, Siobhan Gregory,
Back form, get back.
brother of Stefan Gregory, who plays for Navy now. Not as tall as the older brother, but here's Sean Akila going through the middle. Takes 4 men to bring him down.
Advantage number 13.
Now giving it outside, Santosh Alga.
Get back, Noaz.
And that's a very, very easy try. No problem. Gamunu Chetia for his second. It's become a habit for this man, Gamunu Chetia, to jump over defenders and score underneath the post, and he does it again, Chetia. Put on a little bit of muscle from last season, but hasn't seemed to have lost any of the speed that he possessed. So a little more stronger with the same speed. Josephians getting their 5th try and seems like they're starting to run away with this one. Then
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Josephians take time to settle in, but when they settle in, it's so nice to watch them play. They have a lot of patience, build up to that try, and then they scored on the outside. Gamunu Chetia moving to fullback. Piatissa taken out by coach Nilufar Ibrahim. KD Kavinda coming in, and Gamunu Chetia coming in and running a good line of that fullback position. The kick is good of Santosh Algama.
Wait. Number 10 off. Number 10 off. Please. Puta, megate pastan hoy. Megate pastan. Kirim pasika.
Good striker off that restart. A lot of hang time. Nicely taken in.
Go and touch. First, no go and touch. Come down.
Tap back by St. Anthony's. Very unfortunate, going away once again. Great opportunity for St. Joseph's. Now this is where they'll be tested. Sudarshana, 31 points to 17, has settled in St. Joseph's team. Now you'll see them going faces after faces.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Yesterday.
what the Antonians wouldn't want is a repeat of last week. It was so very close in the first half, but second half the Royalists ran away. They wouldn't want a repeat of that.
Get back.
Taken into contact now. Here's Algama changing directions.
Get back.
Taken into contact by Imash Disanayaka. This is Shehan Eranda taking the ball into contact.
It's okay.
Gregory coming towards the 50-meter mark. St. Joseph's trying to show and go is Sean Akila going into the opposition half. Showing and going into contact once again now. Trying to settle in perfectly. St. Joseph's opportunity on the outside. Exactly what we were hoping for of St. Joseph's. That's the 6th phase now. Here's the 7th coming up of Gregory. Taking the ball into contact. Once they settle in, it's very lovely to watch, as we said. This is Shehan Eranda. A lovely offload to the outside.
That will be the hat trick for Gamunuchetia. Hat-trick of tries, and I absolutely agree with you, Dinuk. When the Josephians settle in, they look like a different team from how they start. They built those 7 faces. They didn't look like they sweated at all. It looked so easy. But take a look at this. A flanker going in and having the good sense to give it out to his center. Gamunuchetia, who's become such a good finisher, touches down right underneath the post. Josephians looking like they will go on to post a huge score here at Havelock Park. I do feel for the Antonians because they started off very well. They're not managing to continue the pressure that they put on the Josephians.
Another thing what I'm noticing is that St. Anthony is not using their bench. Josephians, on the other hand, using their bench a lot. Nilufer Ibrahim has unleashed his bench, and that shows a lot of strength coming off the bench for St. Joseph's College.
Okay, clear, get back.
Tackles have been good for St. Anthony's. Here's Josephs once again attacking.
Okay.
Sami Shaviranga.
Okay.
Now Shah Nakila gives it back to Gamunuchetia. Gamunuchetia in pursuit of his 4th try. Kicks the ball in. Good thinking there by Shah Nakila to put his foot. And the referee penalizing. Shah Nakila very eager to take it quickly. Quick tap taken, not 10 meters.
Get back, 10.
Yes, not 10 meters. Antonians penalized for not going back 10 meters.
Come down. Set ball.
56 minutes on our clock.
Please. Mark here.
So, just under 15 minutes to play in this game. And
Mark here.
with the scoreline 38 points to 17, it doesn't look very good for the Eagles.
Yeah, not at all. Not how they started off this game. That second half, they came out strong. But after that, Gamunuchetia's second try, St. Anthony's are looking that they've just gone off gas. And one reason maybe they're just still playing the starting 15 or just 1 or 2 changes made. Whereas St. Joseph's have plenty of fresh legs on the park.
Line, get back. Okay.
St. Anthony's, we know that they don't have a big rugby squad.
Get back.
Exactly 25, 2 injured. They're playing only 23 today.
Get back.
But they need to have their replacements, the bench sorted out, fresh legs to come in.
Get back. Get back. No,
As St. Joseph's College now slowly but surely using their forwards to good effect.
Number 5.
Have their pods nice and clean. Gregory taking the ball into contact, very close to the try line now.
Get back.
Trying to pick and drive. St. Joseph's very close.
No, get back. No.
Still short, says the referee. Should be this time. Good defense, scrambling defense by St. Anthony's. Twisting and turning. And a knock forward in the end by St. Joseph's.
No.
Great defensive work by the Antonian forwards. They held on to the charge by the Josephians.
Come down. Red ball.
Another replacement coming in for St. Joseph's. So Coach Ibrahim wanted to make sure that all his players have ample game time, and also his starting men. He has decided that they've done their job. Very, very important game coming up next. Royal College, who are the other unbeaten team in this group, coming up against the Josephians.
Don't feel it, right? Last warning. Okay, right, Mark. Bind in.
The new man who's come in as the prop forward. Getting a word from the referee. Says,
set. Okay, sit
I know you are very eager, son. Make sure to go in for my call. Wasim. Now the Antonians trying to clear, and that's a decent clearance kick, although it's just 10 meters away from the try line.
Center mark here, hurry up.
Entering the last 10 minutes of the game,
Puta, they are touchdown goal.
Now it's
Mark, center mark here.
it looks like it's a matter of fact of by how many Josephians will take this game home.
Yeah, if St. Anthony's can pull off something out of this, it'll be great. Well, be a tough ask because they don't have that same intensity that they started off the second half. They've gone down a lot in that aspect.
Okay.
Line out, not even contested by St. Anthony's. Here's St. Joseph's now going away with the ball, and that's a try.
Do pardon us because amongst those forwards, I'm sure our cameraman has decided it's John Ganegori. It did look like him. He's the one who was celebrating and
Right, okay. Here. Changes. Okay.
Josephians now entering the 40s. Dinuk. Will it be another half-century score against the Antonians? We will have to wait and see. 4 substitutes coming in for the Josephians. Josephians have unloaded their entire bench to the park, wanting to give them some game time. Coach Ibrahim deciding that he has his regulars have done plenty. Santosh Algama's kick from the touchline is very good. So 2 more points added that would do very well to his confidence. And that will be the last he does this game, Algama. With the replacements have come in. Great player management by Coach Ibrahim. You got to give it to him, Dinuk. He's put in his entire bench. Here's a replay. Oh, there was absolutely no stopping that charge by the Josephians.
Okay.
Good high-hanging restart.
Don't touch. Don't touch. Touch.
Referee now playing advantage. Antonian defense handling the player in there.
Joseph's taking into the ball into contact. And on the outside, he has a great opportunity now. Into the halfway mark they go. The 2 try scorer for St. Anthony's manages to regain ball. Twisting and turning. Comes off the ruck. Here's an opportunity for St. Anthony's now. They look good in attack. They didn't have ball in hand all this time. Spots the gap at the back is Lianage.
Number 12, Blue. You high tackle. Get back.
It was a high tackle by the skipper of St. Joseph's, Sami Saviranga.
Number 12. You high tackle. Get back.
Chamod Vanasinghe
Mark here.
brought in for St. Anthony's. Looks a very good player. Chamod Vanasinghe has a good boot on him. It's very interesting to see why he's coming off the bench.
Wait. Bulldog, Bulldog.
I saw him nail
Bulldog,
some beautiful
Bulldog,
kicks
wait.
off his left foot
Bulldog,
during warm-up.
Wait. Tabuta hatati. Hayak. Le cam. Cam le. Tabuta. Change.
Update to you from Police Park. Detroit's 28 points nearly at the end of the first half. I will, against Dharmaraj, I will try and get you the live score for the Detroit. Oh, seems like he's slightly overcooked it.
What do you want? 2 and 2 come.
Vanasinghe, just when you said that he has a very good boot on him, Dinuk, seems like you jinxed it. A little bit of
Come down.
a little bit of magic.
Mark here.
Getting way too much on that one.
Mark here.
Yeah, looks a solid player though. Was very good running during the warm-ups.
Okay,
Chamod Vanasinghe.
14. Get back.
Now a lot of replacements coming in. Might be a bit too
5 meters. Okay.
late for St. Anthony's at the moment.
Hurry up. Right body.
And the Patriots at Police Park have managed to rake in 42 points.
Right, okay.
Dharmaraja yet to get a single point on the ball. 42 points nearly is the current score.
Okay. Thank you, bye. Villain, come down. Blue ball.
Patriots looking like the other team in the other group that are making waves. They are slowly but surely becoming a force to be reckoned with.
Wait, mark here.
With the arrival of their
Coach.
legendary coach Sanad Maris back to Bumble Apitia.
Get back. Flanker bind. Flanker bind.
I'm sure the Josephians will take note.
No hands. Get back. Get back.
They have their annual encounter against the Patriots. Here are the Josephians coming in. Strong carry. Still on the move into the 22 meters.
Okay. That's okay.
Viranga with a small tip and chase. Collected cleanly, and referee will penalize the Antonians for offside play.
15 blue. 15 blue. 15. 15. Get back, coach.
Yellow card for St. Anthony's.
You can't block it.
That's Jayasuriya, Kavishka Jayasuriya, the fullback.
Come down. Blue ball.
Joe's going for another scrum.
Interesting call because Josephians do understand that Antonians are with a numerical disadvantage here with one man out, opting to go for a scrum which will tie down 8 players.
Set. It's there.
Josephians are only 5 points shy of the 50-point mark. Always gives it to, oh, that's a high tackle. That's a high tackle, and the player straight away holding his eyes.
Wait, get back. Doctor.
Oh, now he's up and running though. We'll take a look at the replay. Swinging arm, yes. Yes, seems like it will be another card coming.
You can't talk in him. Okay? Last one. Okay. Get back, please. Get back. Okay.
Antonians now surely
Number 6. Yellow.
losing out
Number
on
6.
their discipline as well.
Get back out.
Frustration creeping in. Another yellow card. Reduced to 13 men now.
High tackle. Get back 10. Get 10.
Skipper Viranga with the ball.
Mark here.
Up to put the ball to touch, and the Josephians will have a line out.
Get back. Okay. On the line.
5 points shy now on that 50
Look, get back 10.
score.
Get back 10. Okay. On the line, you please. On the line.
Opportunity.
Okay.
Going in front of the line out now. A maul setting up for St. Joseph's.
One,
Usage says the referee, but they're still going forward. And that's another try for St. Joseph's. John Ganegoda scoring that try, his second of the game. So Josephians looks like have nailed the last nail on the coffin. And St. Anthony's will have a hard look at themselves. And we'll see where they went wrong, especially starting that second half so strong. St. Anthony's have everything in them to go up against this Joe's team. Unfortunately, have gone on the wrong side today as well. And looks like it is another 50 point against them.
Well, Definitely, the Antonians will be very disappointed of the display that they've had in the second half. But on the other hand, yes, 50 points is something that they will be happy with, the Josephians. But what they will have to take a look at is their first half performance wasn't very convincing at all. Because remember, if the Antonians did manage to score 2 or 3 almost tries, Josephians would have been in a lot of trouble. We know that they are very good at coming back in the second half, but if they are not able, they will not be able to do it time in, time out with other teams, especially with a team like Royal, who likes to play for 75 minutes, the entire 75 minutes. Good high-hanging kick again by the Antonians.
Lewis, get back, Lewis. Tackler, get back.
And restarts definitely look like is another problem for the Josephians.
Mark here. Get back, then.
Quickly taken by the Antonians.
Advantage.
Playing advantage.
Tackle, Lewis, get back. Get back.
Antonians are looking for one for their pride. Will they be able to get that one? Lienage running into the referee. Will stop
Scrum
play
down.
and restart with the scrum down. Gift in position to the team that held position when he came in the middle of the play.
Hurry up. Please bind it. Wait. Come here. Please. You okay? Go to the
In and outs of the Schools Rugby League 2018, the breakdown coming to you on ThePapare.com. It's a weekly update. Join us on ThePapare.com for the breakdown segment. If you missed the action during the weekend, midweek we'll bring you an update of all the action that took place in the Single Schools League 2018.
68 minutes on our clock, and Dinuk, I think it's time for us to try and decide who the player of the match has been. And for the Antonians, I thought Makarim was absolutely brilliant. So was Lienage, the two centers for the Antonians were very good, although they didn't have a lot of support from many of the others for the Josephians. The man in the number 20 jersey at the back of that scrum, Tarin Alvis, I thought was very instrumental in their forward march. But if it's up to me, I'd go with the hat-trick try scorer Gamanu Chetia for his finishing powers.
Advantage.
I think Samisha Viranga also had a good game. He was the reason that Gamanu Chetia scored all those tries. Gave him good volley on the outside, made good decisions. He's for the try scored and the effort made. Gamanu Chetia will be a man of the match for today's game.
Get 10.
You can't argue much with the hat-trick of tries, can you?
Look at back.
Gamanu Chetia for his finishing and special mention, though I do agree with you. Samisha Viranga, the skipper, did get himself a try as well.
Okay, get back. Look at back. Okay.
But Chetia
showing look at
his
back.
class, touching down thrice.
Look at back. Okay.
Now Antonians wanting to make sure that they go out with a bang. Going for that elusive try. They started off the second half with a try. Can they finish the second half with one?
Get back.
Mohammad Shabir, well tackled that time. Pick and go by the prop forward. And Josephians rip it away. Referee
You must
Besides that, there
offside,
was
24.
no advantage.
Get back on the line.
Penalty under the post. Here goes the Antonian hooker.
Get reverse, get back.
Spreading it out wide.
Advantage first. Yes.
And that will be a try for the Antonians. So they will finish the second half with a try as well. Hard fought try in the dying minutes of the game, but the damage was already done.
Yeah, good second half start, good second half finish in between. St. Joseph scored all the points that St. Anthony's couldn't come back. But nevertheless, good playing by St. Anthony's in the end, scoring that try. Has the distance, has the direction. What a kick to finish the game by the replacement Chamud Manigasinghe, scoring that try through, scoring that conversion through. But nevertheless, St. Anthony's have come back second once again, third week running, and 250-point scores against them. St. Joseph's College remain unbeaten in the 2018 Singer Schools League.
Quite unfortunate for the Antonians. They looked so good in the start of the second half, but come the middle part of the second half, it was the Josephians who were running circles around the Antonians. It was their composure and build-up play by the Josephians that took the game away from the Antonians, and also their counter-attacking power, Dinuk. Antonians, on the other hand, will be taking a very good hard look at themselves, because when it comes to defense, they weren't right up to the mark. Both teams weren't right up to the mark, but Josephians managing to find more gaps in the Antonian defense than the Antonians finding gaps in the Josephian defense.
Yeah, St. Anthony's will need to look at the defense, especially in the second half. All the games they've played so far, the first half, they've done good. Second half, comes second half, they've leaked a lot of points. And that's a bit too hard to come back. Yes, they are very good in attack, St. Anthony's. But when it comes to defense, it's a bit too bad for them to come back in the second. 50 points to 24, second week running. The Antonians have conceded 50 points. Royal scored 55, St. Joseph scoring 50. But all those both games, after coming close in the first half, they have gone against in the second. Happy Josephians on the park. And Antonians will not that be happy traveling up to Kandy. A lot of people who are working in Colombo have come here to watch the game on a Friday evening just before making their trip to Kandy. St. Joseph's College 50 points to 22. There you go, the full-time confirmation. St. Anthony's 24 points, St. Joseph's 50 points. Their first 50 on the scorecard for them.
74 points scored in this game. They look quite the number, isn't it? Josephians touching down plenty times, and Antonians also getting a bonus point, managing to score 4 tries. That's something that they can rave about. Here are the highlights of the game. Makarim, what a run that was. Managing to Fox Pietis catch him in wrong foot. Here's our man of the match running in for the first try. For his first try rather, and also the Josephian first try. Young Gregory taking a leaf out of his brother's book as well. Barging into the try line. This is great work by skipper Viranga, putting in the kick. Committed in charging, lucky bounce. Touching down, and Aryapala, the replacement, touching in for his second. John Ganegoda going for his try, and Gamanu Chetia, this is how he scored his second. And the hat-trick try coming in for the ThePapare.com's player of the match in this concluded affair. Ganegoda going in for his second, and the Antonians finished off the second half with a try despite losing the game, 50 points to 24. So plenty points to ponder here. Here is the stat card for you. 8 tries for the Josephians, 5 conversions, making up their 50 points, whereas the Antonians managed 4 tries, 2 conversions for their 24. At half-time, Josephians led 19 points to 12, and ThePapare.com's player of the match, Gamanu Chetia. Yes, they have scored 50 points, but like we mentioned, Josephians have a lot of issues to address, especially their slow start in the first half. That's going to be something that they will take a look at. Whereas the Antonians will have a very good hard look at themselves. Conceding 250s back-to-back is not somewhere many teams would like to be. That's a wrap from us on the www.thepapare.com from here at the Havelock Park. It has been great bringing you all the pictures live and exclusively on Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. Sudarshan Apir is signing off alongside Dinuk Bhaskaran and the ThePapare.com technical and the productions crew. Do join with us tomorrow and day after, as we will bring you rugby action from the Singer Schools Rugby League, and also the big match one-dayers that are happening. Until next time, sharing the passion.
And Lantra now, Lantra has some pace. He's going to go straight outside, he's going to go all the way.
This is Harry Bandara. Runs around, what a brilliant try.
Draws and passes. Beautifully done. Joseph's going in for the try, and it's a try.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අද විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
The sensational taste of real chicken, wrapped ever so deliciously, with the authentic taste of real goodness. No artificial colors, flavors or MSG. Real Crescent sausages. Eat real, live real. Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Some see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Energetic and daring, some see the world in vibrant shades. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit. සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it, love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance. Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it, love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට වලට සතුට සදන සිඟ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves only from Crescent.
The sensational taste of real chicken, wrapped ever so deliciously with the authentic taste of real goodness. No artificial colors, flavors or MSG. Real Crescent sausages. Eat real, live real.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිඟ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Some see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Energetic and daring, some see the world in vibrant shades. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit. සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිඟ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance. Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
The sensational taste of real chicken, wrapped ever so deliciously with the authentic taste of real goodness. No artificial colors, flavors or MSG. Real Crescent sausages. Eat real, live real.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය
Some see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Energetic and daring, some see the world in vibrant shades. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit. සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
පවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අත විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites, only from Crescent.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance. Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with current accounts from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
අවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves only from Crescent.
The sensational taste of real chicken, wrapped ever so deliciously with the authentic taste of real goodness. No artificial colors, flavors or MSG. Real Crescent sausages. Eat real, live real.
Let's start a life-changing partnership. Union Assurance.
සතුට බෙදන නම
ඔබ ළඟ රැඳි නම
සැනසුම දෙන නම
එය සිංහ නම
මිහිර මවන නම
අවස නිවන නම
සෙනෙහ බෙදන නම
එය සිංහ නම මුළු පවුලට සතුට සදන සිංහ අති විශිෂ්ට විශ්වාසය
Some see a myriad of possibilities ready to break out in glory. The choice of every Sri Lankan, no limit.
Isn't it time to grow up? Now you can with home loans, education loans and vehicle loans from DFCC Bank. DFCC Bank. Keep growing.